Hello, Peter Mandelj, and welcome. Welcome to Adelaide.
Thank you, and thank you to have me with you.
It's our pleasure. Peter, where were you born in Slovenia?
I was born in Slovenia, a place called Šmartno, which is a small city, Priliti, which is about 35 kilometers from Ljubljana, from capital city of Slovenia.
Okay. When did you come to Australia?
1954.
1954?
Yes.
57 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's quite a while, isn't it?
Well, it just shows you. You can work out how old I am then.
So you enjoyed
Yes.
Have you enjoyed being in Australia?
Definitely, definitely. It changed tremendously. When I come, was only 7.5 million. And look now, nearly 22.
Yeah.
Just shows you how we grew this time. And it's a pleasure to adopt such a lovely and beautiful country as Australia.
Have you always lived in Melbourne?
Yes,
Okay.
always.
Yeah. How long have you been involved with the Slovenian community in Victoria?
Well, I was first elected into management committee in 1973 into Slovenian Association in Melbourne, which, by the way, is one of the oldest Slovenian club in Australia.
Yeah.
And I become in charge of building the club at that time. We just bought new land, and since then I'm involved in one or another capacity.
Right. What committees or organisations are you currently involved with?
Well, I'm chairperson of Slovenian Welfare and Information Office, which was established 5 years ago.
Okay, what does that organisation do?
Help people in need, particularly elder people, from social point of view, and in case if they got any problem back in Slovenia, then they're selling properties in legal matters. We give them advice and we channel them where to go, or sometimes we do ourselves, because I'm justice of peace too, and I can verify documentation.
Right. And what other organisations are you involved
Well,
with?
I'm vice chairman currently of Council Slovenian Organizations of Victoria, which I was chairman for 22 years.
Wow.
But time comes and you have to
Yeah.
step aside
Yeah.
and try to be more of advisory capacity than running.
Yeah.
And I'm...
So what does that organisation do?
Well, that's an umbrella organization. If we look, we've got 5 Slovenian associations within the states of Victoria.
Yeah.
And one in the border region of Albury Wodonga. So we got an umbrella organization that is covering and looking after 6 Slovenian clubs within Victoria and one border between New South Wales and Victoria.
So does that organisation organise functions or events?
Well, it's more, yes, we got Slovenian festival biannual, which following year, month of March, will be already the 13th one. Then we got participation just about from every Slovenian association or club around Australia. Even from Perth they come and join us. Give us an opportunity to exchange the problem, advice on our problems, etc. And most important, give us ability to communicate. And then we are not isolated. Let's say, doesn't matter where you are within Australia. It's important that you know activities within Slovenian community.
So what do you think are some of the things that could be done to increase awareness or participations of Slovenians in the community?
Good, very good question. Thank you for asking. We are trying to associate with other ethno-specific groups in Victoria. To give you an example,
Yep.
we are members of Ethnic Community Council. I'm sure you got Ethnic Community Council in SI too. But all our organizations are members within Ethnic Community Council, which is very important. If we look, they got 148 different ethnic groups in, and it's lobbying organization that give you an exposure. Then Slovenians are known among other ethnic groups. And when we got festival, we got participation from Ukrainians, Sri Lankans, Croatians, even from people from Chile, South America, and of course our ethno-specific groups. I think it's important, and we got this cross-pollination, and then we help each other. And that's what state government within Victoria want, and which is signed policy with federal government. If we look, we benefit from that. Because if we look, if we got dances and other functions, then we got other ethnic groups participating, which help us financially and give us an exposure that we didn't have before. And government then take that as a note and give us financial help in Victoria, which is important. We need that.
You're a member of the Council for Slovenians Abroad. What is the purpose of such a council?
Well, to improve communication and channels of communications, and to identify the difficulties we have. And there is membership within government of a council abroad, because we got one which is serving people living in bordering countries like Italy, Croatia, Austria, Hungary, if I just mentioned few. And then we got people living across the world. You wouldn't believe it. We got even a member from China,
right.
representing Slovenians living in China.
Yeah.
You see, so I would like to congratulate the Slovenian government to establish this council, which give them direct communication. We got a meeting in Parliament once with a president of Parliament once a year. We can put down our difficulties, they know that, and quite often are being acted within a month on it, which is quite good. We got Slovenians living in certain countries, then they didn't have direct access to Slovenian consulate or embassy, I should say. Mm-hmm. So they have to go another country to that, and that wasn't very practical. Just to give you one example. And to obtain the help from government, particularly when we want to bring some cultural groups to retain that culture, communication between old country and country here, in my case, Australia. I hope then that would give you a bit of an example.
And how often do you meet?
Once a year.
Once a year. And that's in Slovenia?
Yes, in Slovenia. Every first week in July up to now. And was established 5 years ago, and we had elections right across Australia. The people and organizations had opportunity to participate. Only unfortunately, that time some people didn't click or accept that as a serious business. I think they know now different, and when we have next elections, I hope then will be more broad participations from Slovenian organizations. But it's the beginning, and I'm proud then we took that step. If we look, we got 500,000 Slovenians living around the world. Out of that, only 50,000 having dual citizenship. Why? What's the reason for that? And we found that out too, and we took some positive steps, and to make easier to obtain Slovenian citizenship. You probably, some of you probably know about that. And now we even come that far. If someone is participating in Slovenian association and it's an active member, financial member, and then that association signed the papers, even if he's not Slovenian descent, he can get the citizenship. It's a possibility there, you see. So this is some few examples that I'm trying to tell you what is our job. So we're trying to listen to the people and pass that on to Slovenian government, difficulties in what action we then suggest and be taken. Not necessarily all this, but up to now we're doing quite well. If we continue that way, it's going very positively.
We've just heard the choir Planika perform,
Yeah.
pure excellent voices and harmonies, and
Thank you.
You are part of that as well, aren't you?
Well, I could say then I'm from the beginning with Planika. and I got that time Mr. Kamodi to take over, which is professional and very qualified gentleman to do what he's doing. And what he done with us, old chap, is, I must say, I think is quite commendable. We become a Planika choir back in 24 years ago, put that way. And we are, from that time, under Mr. Kamodi's leadership. And we used to have mixed choir. And then we lost quite a few ladies, and we have to go down to be only men choir. And we start with 42, now currently it's 17 of us. But we're still holding together, and we perform in Mumba, in Old Citizen concert, in Slovenian clubs all over Australia, even in Perth, if I might say so. And we perform in the art centre in Melbourne, which is quite an achievement. We recorded one cassette, and 2 years ago we recorded CD, which I think I'm proud of it. It's quite an achievement. And we've got good team, and I hope then that will continue for a few years to come. And we're trying to get some young blood, and I know you probably noticed, and we got about 4, then they are below 50. All the rest, we are above 70.
No, no, the voices are great.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And actually, what voice do you sing in the choir?
First tenor.
First tenor?
Yeah, first tenor.
Very good.
I'm with first tenor, and I'm, like I said before, with the choir from the beginning. And I got the responsibility to manage and organize our activities, and Mr. Kamodi, our choir master, got the responsible to get us up to perform to his likable level.
Peter Mandelj, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you for having me.